So you're going to have to make a graph of this glucose levels and their change over time. So if you don't know how to make Excel, that's what this video is going to be for. So the first thing you can do real easily is copy the whole graph. So I just went over there, edit copy, or just Command C, and then open Excel, which is the green looking thing down here. And you're going to just click on the first cell and press paste. Alright, so now it's all crazy as far as the stuff goes. So what we're going to do is you can see how my cursor changes from here to this. We're going to expand it out, or actually, we're going to do this. We're going to highlight all our cells, and we're going to go to wrap text. Alright, so now it wrapped the text around, so now they're not as crazy. So they're still a little bit off, so I'm just going to expand this one out. I'm going to delete this. Well, actually, undo. I'm going to just edit cut and paste these here. So now we have all our grams per deciliter. We have Anna Garcia, patient A, patient B. All right, so we got all that. Now you just fill in your numbers. So I don't know what they were. Let's just say 100, 200, 300, 400, 300. All right, so say that's that one. Let's go to 0. Oh, I think they were all in the hundreds. 200, 300, 200, 200, 200. And we'll say 200, 300, 400. Oops. So again, if you just put in your numbers, don't put in these numbers. Alright, so once you have that, we're going to make a graph. So in order to make that graph, we're going to have to highlight what we want to graph. So we want to graph this and this data. We don't really need this in our graph, so I'm actually going to delete this out of here. Well, let's see what happens. We're going to highlight this along with... so that's the problem. So because we copied and pasted that graph, it didn't work well in Excel. So I'm just going to delete all these things. We can label the graph later. Alright, because really all we want is Anna Garcia, patient A, patient B, and their numbers and the baseline level. Now, normally I would tell you put units in your table, but don't do it in Excel because it doesn't like units. This stupid... Alright. So once you highlight this, just this data, you just have this data highlighted. Then you're going to go to Insert, and you're going to go over here to Chart, and we're going to want to make, because these are comparison over time. This is time, remember? Which actually we should take that 0 out. I mean that baseline level out, and just put 0. And we're going to make scatter with smooth lines. Alright, so you pick a scatter plot, not a line plot, and we'll just click it and it automatically makes our graphs. Alright, so first let's check to make sure it made it correctly, because Excel doesn't always work the way we want. So first of all, it has the time on the bottom, so that's good. It has, looks like, it says patient A is the orange, so it starts at 200, goes up to 300, then 200, 200, 200, and then blue and gray go up. Alright, so that looks good. Alright, all our numbers. So now the only thing we need to do is do all our designing. If you click on these different ones, it will actually give you different layouts. So now the title is a little bit different format. The legends on the top. Here, the legends on the bottom again. This one just makes it fancier. So you can pick whatever chart you want. This one's all glow. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to pick the basic one and go over there. You can also click this quick layout. So this one automatically puts a title, place for your labels, and the and your legend over here. So I actually like that better because now I can just click in here and change the title. So the axis title, remember, so this is where we can go back to our graph. So our axis title is time of blood collection in minutes after, basically we can just copy that exact thing and paste it right into there. looks like it's not pasting. Let me try it one more time. So copy, paste. All right, it's not pasting. So we're gonna have to write it. So time of blood collection. In minutes. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to put all the rest of it because that would take forever. But you need to make sure you put in your units there. And then we're going to label our horizontal table, which is glucose level in the blood at milligrams per deciliter. So glucose level in the blood. And it's going to be in milligrams per deciliter. And so I just abbreviated that mg per dl. It's milligrams per deciliter. And then the chart title is Glucose Tolerance Test for 3 patients. Now, what you can do is you can just click on this chart here, and we can copy it somewhere. So you can go file copy and copy it into another thing. You can print it, and you can print just a chart. So if we say I clicked on the chart, now this, and so if we just click and print the second page, it will print just a chart. So if you want to do that, so there's various different things you can do now, but that's basically it. It's not that hard. All right, so the biggest problem is just formatting it. So you pretty much want to make sure your stuff is formatted like this before you start pasting in there. And that is it.